It's Graham here at Crestron, and today I'm going to take you through how to set up your Crestron UC-P8 Microsoft Teams phone in the Crestron XiO Cloud. So check out the video and see how to use it. So to add my Crestron UC-P8 to my XiO Cloud, I simply come into here and I go to Unassociated Devices and I claim device. And then simply I enter the MAC address and serial number, and you can do this by going to Settings, Device Settings, About, or it's obviously on the box, or it's on the back of the device as well. So you've got a few options where you can find it. So let's just input our details and we hit claim. Our device is now claimed successfully. We can close this dialog box and we'll see it now here under Unassociated Devices. There we go. Now I want to move this to my desk group. We just simply drag and drop it. So what can we do from the device? So if we click on the device itself, it'll take a little while to refresh and realize it's online. But from here, I'll be able to see the model name, the serial number, the version, etc., its time zone, if it's occupied. So we have a sensor built into the device, so that will be seen. We'll be able to see its network address, whether it's on LAN or Wi-Fi. So when you actually do add the device, make sure you use the MAC address for the hardware and not the WLAN. Any dropouts we'll be able to see on the details here, and the mic status. So all these settings will be alerted in the system here. And again, if you've got anything plugged in terms of configuration wise, we can look at the device here and let's see what we can push down to the device. So language, system name, when does it go into standby, for example. So we can say, okay, we want it on occupancy based. Doesn't want it to be unlocked. Do you want to put a pin code, time server, etc. And maybe any network addressing you want to change. Do you want to enable or disable Bluetooth? So again, a lot of these can be done as a group profile. So I could go up to another level in my tree. So for EMEA or UK or my county, and set a profile. So whenever you add a new UC-P8, it will inherit that profile. So for example, if you have devices maybe in the office, you may want to disable Wi-Fi because you're going to use a wired network for it. But for systems maybe at home in remote offices, you may want to allow Wi-Fi because end users may not have an Ethernet connection there at that desk where they chose to put it there. We can just look at the dashboard and we'll get a little information on device usage. And again, all these graphs are based on Power BI. And because this is a new device, obviously, it's not going to show me any data just yet. But we'll get some nice little usage stats in here once the device has been online for a good number of time. And then you can filter, your normal working hours maybe, and filter it down that way. So I've got options to update the firmware. So this is again why you'd want maybe XiO Cloud to help you run and manage that. So as it's brand new, there's no more firmware. There'll be one available shortly. I can also restart the device. So if I just go back to my status now, refresh the device, and then this will sort of do a request to the device to say, hey, I want to see what your settings are, and refresh anything on there. So after a few minutes, the system will become online and we can see that it's live and active. And you can see if it's in a call or not. And you can see if the room or device is occupied. And it is because it's directly in front of me. Now, if I was to put it in a call, that's now connected to the Teams audio. And you can see it is active. So if I press hang up, call has ended. So you can see it's quite a quick refresh, so you can get near real-time stats. What else can we do from here? So you can see if Bluetooth is connected, and it is. So I've paired this to my headset, and whether a device is connected into the side of it or not. And again, just to show you what that will look like, connecting a USB wired headset there as well. So it'll give me Bluetooth and wired, so I've got plenty of choices. So that's now plugged in. And you can see that is connected as well. So you've got nice visibility of what's happening with the device. USB and Bluetooth are connected on the system. Again, the mic status, if it's on mute or unmute, that is also showing it here. I've just muted it, and now you can see it's muted. So again, it gives you great visibility into the actual hardware of the device here. As the system is now fully online, I can go into my settings and I can see that I can make any changes I need to and apply them to the system. Time servers, for example, network, DNS settings, etc. And also enable that Bluetooth or Wi-Fi and force that policy if not. The other nice feature I have available to me is remote control. So if you want that remote admin for that device. So we have access to the Microsoft Teams app, and we also have access to the hard buttons at the bottom. I'm able to request control of this device, and the user will know that there's a message on the bottom of the screen just down here in the lower third to say someone is using this device remotely. So I'm able to press the mute button, for example, and unmute the device, and you'll see that icon refresh. I've also got the ability to go into calls and calendar, so I've got full access to the Microsoft Teams application here. For example, if I do hit calendar, that's now sent the command to the device. I can see that right in front of me, that I now have access to the calendar, and I'm able to see the meetings that are available now here. So this takes a few seconds to refresh, and I can see everything here in the Microsoft Teams phone device. So great for that support and remote admin, and I can go back home, and it takes me back to the home screen by using that Teams icon. I can also do any settings, so I'm able to assist users, maybe that's their first time using the device, and you want to maybe talk them through it. So again, you can remotely view the system from here and help them troubleshoot that. You're also able to sign it in. Because we're accessing the actual hardware, we're not actually accessing the Microsoft Teams app, you could physically remotely sign this in for someone, or at least assist them doing it that way. So it's a great feature within the Crestron UC-P8 is that we have full control on the touch panel itself as well. Again, I can reboot the device if need be. I can also grab the logs. So if there's an issue, I simply choose retrieve logs. And what this will do now is start the initiation of getting the logs and bringing them over here to the log section. So once they are downloaded, so again, this will log everyone who started viewing it and made any config changes. So if you do have multiple administrators, you'll be able to see who did what. But in here, I'll have the device logs. So once they are downloaded from the system, you'll get a pop-up, a little toast in the top right-hand corner. Then that will show us that the logs are ready, and they'll be sitting in here under this log section, device logs. So it means you don't have to go to the device or ask a user how to get the logs off. This can be done here centrally within XiO Cloud. So again, another great benefit of using the cloud service to help manage and deploy your devices. So I hope you enjoyed that video on how to use the Crestron UC-P8 inside the Crestron XiO Cloud for that centralized management and provisioning of all these great new Microsoft Teams phones. Any comments, feel free to add them to the comment section below, or connect to me on Twitter, LinkedIn, etc., and I'll be happy to answer any questions. Stay safe.